Baila. It's only one email.
It's what you printed.
And
hello and welcome to A Gypsy's Kiss. It's Friday Fenndango. I'm Shelley Carney.
the only text message I got is from Verizon saying they collected the payment.
Nobody wants to talk to Toby.
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's Friday night, Friday Fenndango, and we are definitely going to fend some dango tonight.
We're going to dango the fen.
We're going to dango some fen. So we don't have a lot of emails. We don't have a lot of text messages. We don't have any voicemail. So we must have made everybody mad last Wednesday when we did that.
So get your phones out, people.
But we are going to talk about
tonight.
coin giveaways. We may even talk about bear giveaways. So there may be some news on the bear giveaway
The
front
bears.
as well. So
Eric says we need to clear something up right away, Toby. Boom.
whoa, what's that mean?
I don't know. Boom.
Hey,
As soon as we get to let's see, 200 viewers, we'll answer your questions.
We'll discuss the. Oh my God, is that darn Davio in the room? Didn't we block him?
Why would we block him? He likes me.
I don't know.
He's one of the few people who watches my show.
Brian Ulrich is in the Facebook page. Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Samantha watching with you. She should be doing her homework. Oh no, it's Friday. She didn't have to do that.
She probably already did all her homework.
Damn it, that's the second time.
I was giving you one towel.
You want towels? You want to buy some towels?
Just show up in my guest bathroom because there's a roll of towels there for you. You don't even have to use them.
Those are paper towels.
Well, it's still in their work.
I like cloth towels.
Make sure before you leave this evening you like our video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. And apparently Davio 22 likes it when you like our video. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entirety of your social networks, especially the ones in Denver, Colorado, so that we can
grow the channel.
And then finally, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe. That way, when we launch a live stream or we schedule a live stream, you will be and don't forget, after you subscribe, to ring that notifications bell so that when we do launch a live stream or we schedule a live stream, you will be immediately informed and
in the know.
And of course, why don't you talk to 3D Bronze?
Thank you, 3D Bronze, for $9.99 on your super chat. If you too would like to be a super chatter like 3D Bronze and get your comment in a beautiful box that's colored like his is, then you too can tap that button at the bottom of the chat. Looks like a grayed out $sign, and YouTube will take you by the hand and take you to Super Chat Land, and there you can pay us some money.
Take you on a ride on the Super Chat
if you're
train.
not into that Super Chat thing. Although there are some really cool stickers as well, from what I understand. Jeff Enschultz bought some once. They're pretty cool, I guess. I've only seen it once, and that was pretty exciting, I thought. Anyway, if you don't want to do that, then you can just contact us by texting 202-815-1171.
And we have lots of room for text messages because we don't have any text tonight except
3dbronze.com. Da-da-da.
Let's do our 3D Bronze promo. He doesn't pay
He
this
says
for
he's
us,
sending us some more of the stuff.
Yay, fun.
Look at the stuff he sent us already. This is pretty darn cool, right? It's the treasure chest. Inside is the Fenn coin. Look at
Now,
that.
he's not going to send it to you with a Fenn coin,
No.
but it does. Your Fenn coin will fit in there.
Very cool stuff.
Cool. Kool-Aids. Okay, a couple of things. Where's the bear? Can you reach the bear without...
Oh. The bear.
The bear. Vicky McMillian, and it is McMillian. I thought it was McMillan. It's not. It's Vicky McMillian. You won the bear on Wednesday night. You need to contact me.
And the coin.
And the coin. No, not the coin.
Not the coin?
No.
I
The
thought
box, the mini box. The
Oh, the
coin
box.
Is what, yeah. This
What's
was
inside
last
the
Wednesday's
box?
winner, right?
All right.
And if you knew how squishy this bear was, everybody would want him. Anyway, and Yellowstone Forever does not have any more bears. So I don't know whether to wait for him or get the moose or the... What was the other one that Sarah wanted? Did Sarah want the moose?
Oh, she liked the moose. I said the buffalo looked like it was the same exact
Yeah, it was
material.
the same material.
And
Anywho,
it had little horns.
yeah.
I thought they were cute.
Anyway, Vicky, make sure you
Of
contact
course,
me.
my high school mascot was a buffalo, so
It was?
yeah.
My high school mascot.
Buffaloes.
My high school mascot was a horseman.
Ah. The man or the horse or both?
All of the above. It was like...
Or was it a centaur?
No. It was a
He was a
like
horseman.
a Lone Ranger kind of guy. The horseman.
Cowboy?
St. Michael's High School horseman.
Did he wear a mask?
And the team on the other side, no, he didn't. But the team on the other side were the Santa Fe High School Demons.
Demons.
Yeah, we were the horsemen, they were the demons. D-E-A. Oh, shucks.
DEMONS.
No,
Demons.
they didn't do it that way. D-D-D-D-E-A.
D.
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 M-M-M-O-N. D-E-A-M-O-N. Demons.
DEA?
I don't know. I don't
That's not how you spell it.
It was their cheer.
No, you spelled it wrong.
Vicky McMillian, please send your shipping address to a gypsyskiss@gmail.com so I can send you the bear. If I do not hear from you by the beginning of next Wednesday's show, I will give the bear away again. And there's lots of people who would like that because they want the bear. And then, of course, this week's giveaway is the Fenn Searcher 2019 Good Luck Silver Searcher coin. And in order to qualify for that, you have to go to last Wednesday's video. Last Wednesday, that would be the December 4th video, and make a comment. Because we'll use commentpicker.com to pick the winner of that.
So,
Okay.
3dbronze.com if you guys want to buy your own treasure chest. They're pretty cool.
My microscope is still on.
My husband is like jealous of all the designs on it outside. He wants to know how that's done.
The 3D bronze things?
Yeah, and why it looks like bronze. How
Oh.
did he do that?
Well,
He's
maybe
all
we could arrange a telephone call between he and 3D bronze. That would be neat. Okay. Yeah, so do me a favor and everybody post your high school mascots in the room. Mine
What's
was the horseman.
your
What was yours?
high school mascot?
Yours were buffalo?
Buffalo.
Buffaloes or buffalo?
The Tempe High Buffaloes.
So it was the plural.
Buffalo. Buffs.
Okay. So if you have any, Joel Lewicki, if you're in the room, I still want to
Go
call
Big
you
Blue.
about the suit, although at this point,
That's what we sing.
what were your colors, your school colors?
Blue and white.
So was ours.
Our band director was not very happy. He's like, white?
White?
Because
What
you
kind
can
of
add white to
gold and
anything.
green,
So
yeah,
get
yeah.
real colors and
Yeah.
then just add white.
Ours
if you
were blue
want,
and
or
white, too.
Add white or black.
Hey, we were lucky not to be the St. Michael's High School Cardinals or the St. Michael's High School Archangels or whatever.
What's wrong with archangels? They're pretty awesome.
Nothing. You know
could
how I feel
fly
about
around the
archangels.
field They're pretty badass. You
yeah.
know, archangels. Don't mess with them.
We got the Wolves, we got the Warriors, we got the Mustangs, we got the Panthers, the Bulldogs, the High Owls. Oh, that's just High Owl. The Spartans, I like the Spartans. The Issaquah Indians.
Smooth the room.
The Braves. What? The what?
Holy says she smoothed the room already.
Oh, okay. Okay, Brian Spencer, can't wait to call him. And since you are in here, you get, and if I don't know what that is. What is that? You get
First time live
Tempe,
in the
I
room.
played in the Fiesta Bowl parade, says Holly.
Oh yeah.
Mine was the Cardinals, Cubs, and
I
Apaches.
was in the Fiesta Bowl parade. I was doing the flag.
Oh, your school because you were a flag person.
I was on the flag line, yeah. And we were in the parade.
The Highlanders. Ooh, that's a cool name. Highlanders. We're from the Highlands and we've come down to kill you.
The Spartans, blue and white with gold trim.
Yeah, see. I see. The Spartans should have been red and gold.
Okay. Rebels.
Rebels. The Terror. Whoa, the Terrors.
The Lancers.
Making that up.
Red and
Chargers.
silver.
Grizzlies. Look at that.
The Terrors? Is that for real?
I don't know. I can't. The Trojans, named after the famous
Trojans.
birth control device. Badass archangels. Yeah, I would have liked the archangels. Lions. Oh, cool. You guys
badass
had
archangels,
cool
yeah.
names. Did anybody else go to St. Michael's or
An
what was
Indian, the
Tim-
Redskins. They changed the name last year. I think they are the Red Hawks now.
Ah.
Once Lisa Smith.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah.
Our Lisa from this afternoon.
Lisa
Cool.
Smith.
All right. So what do we do after this?
Braves
usually?
and Sun Devils. You were in Tempe too. He went to ASU if he's a Sun Devil. Or she. I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Could you get me back on track? I have no idea where I am.
Prophylactics.
Prophylactics and Trojans. That's what I'm telling you. You were named after a birth control device.
Yes. Anyway.
Email? I'm playing email.
Yeah.
We talked about giveaways, but we didn't play the giveaway video because we're not giving away tonight.
No giveaways tonight.
What are you doing there?
We didn't get an email.
What's going on there? What was that all about?
I don't know. Sometimes
So we
I
only
just
got
dance.
one. Okay,
Just
there's nothing wrong. Just dance.
Dance. Like Lady Gaga did. Just dance.
Denise Bagley says, Gypsy Kiss, let's come up with a new word for frivolous lawsuits that will keep ensuing. We need a word, a new chase word. I like the idea of Red Sky at Morning, just calling him a sewer. Oh, he's just a sewer. That's how he makes a living.
Yeah, but a frivolous sewer.
Frivolous sewer, yeah.
Frivolous.
Or a
Frilly.
sewer. Ow.
You hurt yourself?
Rats, I forgot my water. Is there any in that? Can I have some of that, please? I'll go get it in just a sec.
Yeah. Vicky McMillan, hello. You won.
Vicky McMillion's in the room.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
all.
Vicky
See.
McMillion. Where's the beer? Oh, damn it.
You threw it across the room. Maybe she doesn't even want it now. You threw it across the room.
So, Vicky McMillion, you won the bear drawing this last Wednesday night. And you also get one of 3D Bronze miniature bronze Fenn Treasure chest.
And when you get it, you can take it out of the plastic wrap
Right.
yourself.
We're just going to leave it in plastic wrap so it doesn't get beat up. So,
Wow, that's behind.
it's behind because I didn't move it forward.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's what's going on.
Yeah. You were still dancing at that point.
You got to dance.
Okay, Vicky, you won the bear. In order for me to ship it to you this weekend, maybe because I have the boys this weekend, you need to send your shipping address to gypsieskiss@gmail.com. Okay, do that.
The
politely.
Grizzlies. Jim Sisk was the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
He should have the bear.
So Vicky McMillion is still going about it. Vicky McMillion, a husband. Vicky McMillion, please confirm that you realize that you've son of a motherless goat.
Suey.
Masseur.
Masseur.
Okay. Okay, Vicky McMillion. She does confirm that she is aware that she has won the bear. Make sure you send me your shipping address to gypsieskiss@gmail.com, and I'll put it in the mail maybe this weekend, but at the latest Monday. And I usually send it.
What's black screen for?
I don't know. Just ignore
You
it.
got a problem.
I know, but I didn't want to talk about it in public.
Oh, okay. This one doesn't even do nothing.
Are we actually,
there's the bear.
Are we actually streaming?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, that's good.
We're
then.
good.
Okay.
All is well.
So I'm going to have to do emails whether I like it or not.
H.
Okay, emails. So we only got one email this week. It's from Steve Klein, and he sent me a link to an Ann Hillerman Google book, Santa Fe Gardens. Let me just screen cap this, and I've put this same link down in the description box below, so you could. Where the hell is the screen?
Where's the what, the who?
Screen cap. Where's my screen? Screen. What the? It just disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Where did the
I don't know.
text time warnings thing?
Nope.
Where did it go?
Oh, you don't
Crazy
got it.
Birds, Drama Llama.
It's not
Screenshot.
there no
There it
more.
is. There it is.
Oh,
Okay.
why did it go down there?
I don't know. Just moved down there. We're under Crazy Birds. And what Steve sent me is this. It is a book written by Ann Hillerman, who's well known and regarded in Santa Fe. Apparently, it was published directly
Isn't there
to.
an author named Tony Hillerman from Gallup?
Yes, there is, but he's passed. He's no longer alive, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh.
He passed away. Anyway, the point is, this book is entitled "The Gardens of Santa Fe."
Did you say a bad word again?
No, what did I say?
I don't know.
Why are they
Sassy
banning
says
me?
you're. I'm drinking seltzer water.
Gavel sniffer, Shelley, I like your blazer shirt.
It's a blouse.
Okay.
It's a
Anyway,
silky
the
blouse.
point that I'm trying to make while you guys are just
Silky blouse.
accusing me of various crimes is
Crimes?
This book is called The Gardens of Santa Fe by Ann Hillerman, and there is a section that is dedicated to the Fenn Garden. So there, those are all, and it looks like the Fenn Garden that is behind his house. So
Oh, yeah.
Steve Klein shared that with us, and I put the link in the description box below if you too would like to share in the experience of the Fenn Garden. Steve Klein, thank you for doing that. I
Nice.
appreciate that.
Noise.
Okay, that's it for emails, sister.
Oh, my goodness.
So much. We're going to have a short night tonight
Okay.
because we're not going to get any calls tonight, I'm sure.
Then we can just turn on the music and dance
We could.
and just let people chat and watch us dance.
And watch us dance.
Full screen.
Full screen. Going back to full screen and...
I got
You know,
sunshine.
you should be able to get all the way back to the beginning, right?
on a
It's 7:00.
cloudy day.
Just go to 7 o'clock.
Okay. 7 o'clock. Alamo Rose is here.
I'm going to go down to the bottom and look for questions while you're doing that.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you will. Tony Russi.
Oh, did I say a bad word? Okay, I'm sorry. Sassy, I promise not to do that again tonight.
Journeyman.
Because I don't want to be
DB Cooper.
demonetized.
K-Pro. Take her easy. Take her easy. Take
Take
a
it
slow
easy.
ride. What?
Take it easy.
Take her easy. Take her
Oh, okay.
easy. Jim Sisk.
Somebody was the anteaters.
Lisa Smith.
Oh, San Diego State. Wasn't it San Diego? San Diego, I think, were the anteaters.
How about the artichokes?
Who had the artichokes? No.
Scottsdale Community College.
Artichokes, really?
Yeah.
See, never let
And their
kids...
colors are pink and purple.
Nice.
It's community college. They didn't really care about sports. They were just like, why do we need a team?
420, baby. 420 will take you a long way.
William Sparks, Wayne Ross, Cheryl. How y'all are?
Jim Sisk says he was the Northside Grizzlies.
Craig O'Hare. Davio, da 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 Davio. Eric Schmidt, he is here. K-Pro2.
The Fighting
Da-da.
Parrots.
Da-da.
I don't know whether these guys are being
Da-da-da-da-da.
serious now or not.
The Fighting Parrots.
The Fighting Parrots. North Salinas Vikings.
I like it. J.K. Pioneer. You
North
know,
Scott
you know,
Lancers.
parrots live like a really long time. So even if you weren't really like beating up on people too much, at least you could say, yeah, but we're going to live longer than you people. Because I can.
What did Tony Russi? What do you do to get a towel around here? Go to my guest bathroom. I just put up a towel rack.
Mr. Scary. Goodell Khan.
Okay, while you're doing that, I am going to go get my water.
Renegade Merc 6 High.
Let's see. Eric Schmidt said, did Forrest say the key word is in the poem? There seems to be some question of
Let's
that.
see if
I
we
don't
have
know.
200 viewers
I'm
yet.
sure you said it sometime.
No, still at 139. Go out and tell your friends to tune in if you want answers.
We need to clear up something right away. Howdy, peeps. Okay,
Glenda
I'm going to go. You're
Friedman.
in charge. I'm going to go get my water.
All right, 3D Bronze, Amy Smith, DB Cooper, Paladin. I already used that tune. Sheets Trove. Hey, JK Pioneer. Also one of our, yes, K-Pro, Davio, and JK Pioneer, and Lisa Smith, and Rick Eggleston tune into most of our shows. Well, Rick, because he's in our membership, so he hangs out, and he's a geologist, so he comes and watches the Sand Channel. World Sand Project. For those of you who do not know, we have a couple of other channels. One is called World Sand Project, and we talk about sand. We show pictures of where the sand came from. We had some really beautiful pictures today from Lisa Smith, the border of Washington and Oregon, the river there. And she sent us some sand, and after we talked about the area, then we showed the sand in the microscope. And it's a lot of fun. You should check it out. World Sand Project. Go there and subscribe today. We would like to get to 100 subscribers on that channel. And when we do, we're going to give away a prize. So go to World Sand Project on YouTube and subscribe. And when we get to 100, we're going to give away a prize. So check it out. Let's see, we have Captain Marvel and William Hada and Mr. T and Jim Siri. We have Hooli, another one of our wonderful moderators. So we have K-Pro, Hooli, ES, and I believe I saw Sassy. All of our mods. All of those people are mods. They're very, very helpful. They help us keep the room fun and safe. Brian Post. Get to watch live. Yay. Andre. LR.
Here, you can have your...
Okay. Buffalo. BB Bandit. Journeyman. Not important. Sup all. Sup y'all. Sup y'all. Bobbert. TGIF. Odin's here all the way from Scotland. Where did we say he was from? Scotland?
I don't know. You guys correct me every time I
Wales?
say he's from someplace.
So he's over there across the pond. Where are you from,
I
Odin?
think it is Wales. Yeah.
Wales. Belva Jenkins. Chattanooga. Miss Lisa is here. Robert in Colorado. Bulldogs. Denise Bagley. Hello. Sheets True. Braves. Indian. North Scott Lancers. Highlanders. Cheryl. Jack. North Salinas. Vikings.
Dang, Minotaur's in the room. We haven't seen him for a while.
Hammock. He was there. He or she, I don't know which, was there. The
Where?
Fighting Pirates was in our Sand Channel room,
Oh,
helping us out with some other geology information. Craig O'Hare, Lakeland Lancers.
yeah. If any of you
Ross
have degrees in
Chargers.
geology, please join us on our now Wednesday
Or
and
if you
Friday,
just know a
3
lot
p.m.
about it.
Because
you don't have to have a
about
degree.
It turns out to be a thing of geology, a geology thing.
I was telling them, go over there and subscribe, and when we get to 100, we're going to give away a prize.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go over and subscribe to the Sand Channel right now, when we
It's
get
called World Sand Project.
World Sand Project, yeah. And here, I'm going to go get the book so I can show.
Okay.
Are you still busy with this?
Peace, SJP, Brave Sun Devils. Jim Sisk. The Sassy, there she is. Pasadena Rose Parade and the Portland Rose Parade. Rowdy Yates. Palmer High Terrors. Huh. Vicky McMillian. Hello. We have Worthless Sewer. Stinky
What?
Holy. She came up with a name for the person who sues frivolously. Stinky Caca Sewer. Holy. Da Bear. Hair. HILLLSB. OOORO. Hillsboro.
Well, the good news
Yay.
is apparently Verizon is now auto
Glenna
payment
Friedman. Bob
for
Allen
this
from the
phone.
north.
So we won't have
Take
problems
off,
with that
eh?
anymore.
And what else you got? Do 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 do. Oh, I'm stuck. Come on, do. It's stuck. Okay, there it goes. Finally.
Wow, we got some great.
Stacy Harwood, Minotaur. Minotaur, we haven't seen you in forever.
No, he entered the room in his usual
Fashion.
fashion.
Odin is from Ireland.
Ireland,
KJ.
the Grand County of Ireland, home of the
BJ.
Blarney Stone.
BJ Chambly, I haven't seen
And the
you in a
luck of the
long time
Irish.
either. Oh,
Gosh.
Brian Post I will send some sand from central Wyoming. Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming.
Yeah.
We should have picked some up when we were trying. That's the mistake that we made. Well, we didn't have the World Sand Project at the time. Toby, what exactly,
Christian.
word for word, did Fenn tell you about the word that is key?
Pennsauken, New Jersey. Do we have 200 viewers yet?
Nope.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
only at 156.
We'll answer questions when we get to 200.
Yep.
Go out and tell your friends.
Get your friends.
What?
It's going to start a riot. Let's see. Okay, so while you're... Oh, go do that, and then I'll take up my World Sand Project channel thing.
I talked about it. Joe Treasure Hunter's here. 2 Buckets Prospecting from Tombstone, Arizona.
Sassy says, I know about getting gems.
Jeffrey Grayjack. That's hard to say. Can't talk. And we have
Denise Bagley, what does Denise say?
Brian Gates. 3D bronze filling my treasure chests with old coins and gold. Fool's gold. Black
Denise says,
gold,
a Gypsy Kiss.
Texas
Forrest
tea.
told us the key word when he said, few are in a tight focus with a word that is key. Tight focus is the palm. Well, Denise, you have solved everybody's problem. Just go with what Denise said there, guys.
Woohoo!
You got it.
Denise wins.
Denise wins. Okay, so are you done? Got anybody else you
Yeah.
want to say hi to?
No,
All right.
that's everybody.
So, as you guys know, we have started the World Sand channel. I'm going to show it to you so you can see it.
World Sand Project
World Sand,
channel.
I'm sorry, World Sand Project channel.
WSP.
And we are presently at 56 subscribers.
So if you put WSP
Not a lot
into
for
your
that.
texting, it means, what's up?
What's up? We found that out, didn't we? So that's the World Sand Project channel. And what we have decided to do is, so when I first got into the World Sand Project, I didn't know very much about geology or rocks or minerals or anything like that. So I started learning, and I realized I needed a reference. So I ordered these 2 books from Amazon, the National Audubon Society Field Guide to Rocks and Minerals, and the National Geographic Pocket Guide to Rocks and Minerals. And ordered them on Amazon, and they got lost in the mail. And so Amazon, after about a week, said, we don't know where your books are, so we're going to send you a couple of others. So they did. And I got those books, and then about 2 weeks after that, I got the additional copies. So I wrote them, and I said, I got the additional copies of the books. What should I do with them? And basically they said, keep them. So I have 2 copies of the National Audubon Society Field Guide to Rocks and Minerals and the National Geographic Pocket Guide to Rocks and Minerals of North America. So here's the deal. If you go to today's show and you make a comment,
And subscribe.
well, let me so.
Oh.
If you go to today's show and make a comment, you will qualify for the giving away of these books. Now we're going to give them both
You
away.
mean the Gypsy Kiss show or the Sand Channel show?
World Sand Project show.
Oh, okay. Because you
If
didn't say that.
okay, sorry. So if you go to the World Sand Project,
Which would be WSP sample 0006.
that's the name of the show.
Mary Hill State Park on the Columbia.
Yes.
That's today's show.
If you go to today's show and you make a comment,
And isn't it fun that the 6th Sample 6 came in on December 6th.
Can I finish my...
I'm helping.
Oh, okay, all right. Did you want to help anymore? So
Yes.
okay. So if you go to today's World Sand Project show, WSP sample 006, and you make a comment, when we reach 600 subscribers, we'll do a drawing for one of these books. And then when we reach 200 subscribers, we'll do a drawing for the other books, and we'll probably give you another video to watch, okay? So you have to, in order to win, you only have to make a comment. But in order for us to have a drawing, we need to get to 100 subscribers. So I'm sure you can work out the details and all of that. Okay? World Sand Project. There it is. It's a lot of fun. Take a look at the video. We had a great time today. We've kind of smoothed it out.
Bagley. Oh, that's a good pun.
What's that?
She says, I never heard anyone say gaze was their key word. I just gave Forrest's quote, my opinion on gaze and tight focus. Tight focus. Tight focus with the word.
Yeah.
That is key and could be gaze because it's tight focus. Well, gaze is a wide focus and tight focus is show the opposites.
Okay, so we do have some text messages. Let's read some text messages and listen to some.
Did you play the video?
I'm just about to.
Okay. Anyway, Odin, I hope we didn't offend you by saying Welsh or Scottish because to most Americans, you just like over there people.
LR says, Gypsy says, what is your favorite Christmas tune? LR, I'm sorry, I don't celebrate Christmas.
What's that got to do with an answer to that question? Were you a politician?
No, I don't have one.
How about Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
Oh, doesn't do anything for me. Okay, we do have some text messages. Let's take a look at them. The first one comes from 918. I'm not up on this. So remember that if you're sending a text message to
202-815-1171.
If you're sending a text message to that number, please include your name, at least your first name, and the state from which you are texting, so that we can use your name. We don't want to just say, hey, so this is 918. That's the only thing I know about the per person. I don't even know where that area code is. I'm not up on this topic, but was wondering if someone really tried to sue Fenn for misleading clues. Seriously, that's insane. Do you know the status of this subject? Yeah, the answer is yes. Someone did file a suit.
And it was us.
In federal, and it was us.
Because Toby's got the paperwork right here.
Here's my suit. I filed it for Fenn because he's trolling me all the time. Because he screws up my comments. Someone did file a suit against Fenn. The last name of the gentleman is Hansen. He filed a pro forma suit, meaning he simply used the federal court form for filing a complaint. Forrest Fenn is the defendant. Hansen is the plaintiff. And the reason, apparently, it was a federal case because Fenn is in one state and Hansen is in another. And let me see if I can get to the point where he talked.
Hey, Brian Eagle, I haven't seen you in a while either.
He was here last week. He was here
Was
Wednesday.
he?
Yeah. Oh. So the amount of the controversy is $1.5 million, which is approximately an estimate of half of the value of the thing. And basically, the defendant has shown his careless attention, meaning Fenn has shown his careless attention to additional clues leading to the location of the treasure by reporting publicly and possibly privately and not shared or made available with the plaintiff. So his complaint is that he's not getting all the clues that Fenn has shared with all the rest of us.
What about Zozo Rocks?
Zozo Rocks? What about Zozo Rocks?
He's here.
Oh, Zozo.
You haven't seen him in a while, right?
Damn, it's old subscriber night.
I told everybody we needed 200 to answer questions, and now they're going out in the woodwork and getting all the people. All the people who
We're going to go over
here.
to the forums and get all the people that don't like Toby and Shelley.
Get over here.
The defendant graciously prepared a treasure box containing an unknown value of articles. Clues to the findings said articles were published by the defendant for the plaintiff to follow for the recovery of same. The plaintiff followed the clues and arrived at the location of the hidden items were found. So even worse, not only did Fenn give out additional clues to everybody but him.
Craig Esquire says, Toby, log on to Pacer and you can track the suit yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. So relief, the claim damages are established by taking one half the lowest value of the lowest reported amount
Gavel sniffer.
of the hidden
What's
treasure. So that's how he comes up with the $1.5 million. So here's the thing. Number one, the gentleman is representing himself, and I don't know what's that old attorney saw about somebody who represents himself in court as an idiot for a client. Secondly, he filed it pro forma, meaning he just took the standard federal, which you can do. He took the standard federal blank form and filled in the blanks, so he definitely doesn't have an attorney. Then he followed an addendum requesting relief from court costs.
Journeyman wants to know if his address is on there.
It is on there, but I'm not going to share that with you. He requested relief from court costs based on indigence.
Tonight's show is...
And the state of the case at the moment...
Up to 2 hours.
Is the court responded, the District Court of New Mexico, so it was transferred down to the New Mexico District Court, which is also a federal court. It's a magistrate court, has basically said that there are deficiencies in his filing. So that's where it stands right now. He's got 30 days to correct the deficiencies. So my expectation, or and maybe Craig can validate this for you, it'll never get beyond a preliminary hearing. It's not a case.
Hey, Sarah
There's no
Kinzer.
evidence, there's no
Would we
suffering.
explore sand from Pagosa, Colorado?
We will explore sand from any location.
So that would be a yes.
The answer is yes. Yeah. Yes, Sarah. We'd love to, as a matter of fact. Send it to us. And take pictures. Don't forget, if you're going to send us a sand sample, make sure you take pictures with your cell phone. Send us a bunch of them. The more pictures, the better. You need to see. So I'm going to show you one other thing. Look at how much information we collected on this last, I can't because, no, I guess I can. Can I? Never mind. All right, never mind.
I don't know even what you're talking about.
I was
going to
show them.
Can or can't.
I was going to show them all the stuff in the album that we collected today for today's show.
Well, they can just go watch the show.
Yeah, they could go watch the show, and the link
give
to
it a
the
thumbs
images are
up
down
and
there.
a comment. Don't forget.
Okay.
Win a prize.
So this one is from area code 509. Again, no name. Please include at least your first name and the location from
The
which you are
scrapbook
texting.
stopped. Do you think that's because of the case?
No, the scrapbook stopped because he's
Good
probably
question.
his fingers are tired. He was doing so much typing.
At least being funny.
Oh, good. I like her when she's funny. What is he doing now?
She says lone kakasur.
Oh.
She's so funny.
All right. I saw you
Lead
say
slug.
once that you've had at least 6 solves. What number are you on now, and why did you abandon your original one? Because it was wrong. And
Maybe.
so
Maybe
the
you just didn't
original
go far enough.
the original theory was my Rio Chama theory. And that's the only one I explored to the end, actually looking for the treasure. I have made 34 total number boots on the ground, but none of them were
Paul Oder
solves.
Rubikson.
Solves, as you call them. They were
I'm
theories.
telling you, they're coming out of the woodwork tonight. Paul
all of our
Oder
sins.
Rubikson.
Sarah says her sand is frozen right now. So the problem is that none of them were what you all call solves, what I call theories. I was simply trying to validate the clues. I've never actually, I discovered at the end of this last year, I've been out 34 times, and only one of those 34 times have I actually looked for the treasure. The other time I was looking for validation, confirmation that my theories about the various clues were correct. But they include, so far, I've been to the Rio Chama, the Rio Grande, before we were told it's not in the Rio Grande, Cimarron Canyon, Lander, Wyoming,
Browns Canyon.
Browns Canyon, Colorado, and our most recent and current Rio de los Pinos.
Yay!
So that's where we are right now. Those are the 6. But it's, Eric, don't leave now. You're going to miss the big reveal.
You're so mean.
Yeah, let's see. Why are we still? I'm glad you feel that way. Oh, Stacey Airwood.
Feel what way? What are you talking about?
My screen is locked on the Rio de los Peñas. Yeah, Peely wrote me today, and she said this whole Rio de los Penas, or she had a funny name for it, so I had to explain it to tell her Alt 145, Alt 204 makes a Enya.
Oh. The tilde?
Okay, so we took care
The
of
wiggly
that.
line on top of the N.
Okay, so
Zozo Rocks, you should watch our show on the softer side for today if you're feeling blue. And again on Wednesday, because we're going to talk about winter doldrums. But today we talked about empty nest Christmas.
Since we've both experienced it. Vicky says she's so excited. I so wanted one of those unique bears for my new grandson. Thank you so very much. I just love you two.
Aw.
The news came on a day this old lady needed it to brighten my whole month.
Yay.
That makes me happy. Well, we're glad you're happy. Vicky, we're happy to send it to you. She sent me her address, so I'll make sure I get that out this weekend.
Good job.
Okay. We don't have a voicemail thing. We got some voicemails. That happened.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh. It's Davio voicemails.
Davio. Davio.
All right. So here's some Davio voicemails. They're always fun to listen to. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
And my treasure Rio204 calling from the fringes of Denver, Colorado. Toby, young man, I have a question for you, sir. The other day, yesterday actually, you were on my groovy little nowheres channel saying that you had a conversation with Fenn that actually confirmed a keyword. Is this true, sir? Did Forrest actually say there was a keyword in the poem? If so, that's a big deal. That's different than saying that a few people are focused in on a key something or other. So do expound on that. That would be great to hear a little bit of that. Thank you very much. Much love, everyone. Merry Christmas.
So
Burr cold, think melt. Okay. Good show. Carry on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to play that because there's a couple of things that I didn't say. So I'd like to discuss those.
So, like a pepperoni with gold nuggets and maybe rubies and my treasure Rio204 calling from the fringes of Denver, Colorado. Toby, young man, I have a question for you, sir. The other day, yesterday actually, you were on my groovy little nowheres channel.
That is true. I did sign on to Davio's live stream.
Saying that you had a conversation with Fenn that actually confirmed.
I did not say that I had a conversation with Fenn that confirmed anything.
A keyword. Is this true, sir? Did Forrest actually say it?
And that extending that, I did not have a conversation with Fenn in which a keyword was confirmed.
Keyword in the poem. If so, that's a big deal. That's different than saying that a few people are focused in on a key something or other. So do expound on that. That would be great to hear a little bit of that. Thank you very much. Much love, everyone. Merry Christmas. Burr cold, think melt. Okay. Good show. Carry on.
Think melt. It's only November. We've got a whole winter ahead of us.
It's December.
Oh, that's trure. Sorry.
6th.
Okay, second one from Davio. Let me see what I have. What I have to correct here.
There's your new theme song, Daddy-O, right there. Searchers, search.
Uh-oh.
Tell us about this funky thing with the whole keyword. Thank you.
What?
Namaste, Princess. I'm just.
Did you hear any of that?
I heard Namaste, Princess. That's the only part that
Did
he
not
was
understand
telling
it.
me
You
to.
think now that he was in Colorado, he would better have better phone service, that we didn't have to do that. Okay, that's it for voicemails. I hope I've clarified all of that. And oh gosh, we missed a call from Will already.
Oh.
Oh, okay, that's because the phone lines aren't open.
Uh-huh.
So let me open up the phone lines here. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Area code 202-815-1171. Call in. If we don't get any calls, we'll just call it an early night tonight. Way early.
Super early.
So we'll give it a few minutes because they have to do catch up. Do I have this on short?
Short
Let me see.
shirts?
Let's see.
Shorts.
Let's change that to. Oh, it's already started, so I can't change it.
Shorts and I would, but I would. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Gadelcon. What bad.
Don't
thing
you can't say it out loud or you'll get banned too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Gadelcon. You can't say that. Devil jump.
It was the one word.
Yeah.
The bad word.
All right. So phone lines are open. 202-815-1171. Thank you for calling in. And if we don't get any calls, well, like I said, we can.
Okay. So we need a call. Maybe K-Pro would like to call.
Yeah, that would be good. Let's see. Or Will. Will could call again. Or nobody's calling. I thought everybody wanted to call. What was the...
Eric wanted to call, but then he had to go to the store.
Get groceries.
I don't know why he's got to go to the store right in the middle of our show. Couldn't he have gone before this?
Exactly.
Before the show started. Sarah said she wants to watch my show, but it's too early in the day. Well, Sarah, you'll just have to go back and
Just go back.
watch
That's
it
why we record those things.
later.
That is why we record those things.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's why they're hanging out on YouTube forever.
Gadelcon did not know it was a bad word. It's where we forgive you. It's in the list of. I've got a list of about, I don't know. I think it's up to about 300 banned words, and it's on the list. That's why it shows up.
I want diamonds on it due to Shelley. Diamonds on what? And what do I have? Why did I have to do with that? K-Pro.
Oh.
What's that about? That was at 7:30.
Yes, of course, but I now want diamonds on it due to Shelley. No, we didn't miss that.
Oh, because of my crown, maybe? Oh, maybe because she has a hat, but she wants diamonds on her hat.
Oh, that would be cute. The little fur ball hat that you wear.
The fur ball.
Whatever that thing is.
Wait, is the phone even working?
I think it's working. Let me
Nobody's
see.
calling.
Yeah, maybe they're just not. Maybe it's going to be a short show tonight.
Super short show.
Super short show. Okay, well, we thought there was going to be some calls.
What else is there to
there's
do?
Not.
We could read the book to them.
We could read the poem thing. You know, we could do something.
What could we read?
I don't know.
We could read Too Far to Walk.
We could talk about sand. I have the microscope.
Please call, please.
Microscope is set up right here, baby. We can talk about. I can give you some. You haven't lived until you've seen sand under a microscope. I'm telling you, you haven't lived.
Live and let live. You know what we could do while we're waiting?
What?
We could talk about the membership vault and play the video that
okay.
tells
Let's
all
do that.
about it.
Okay, we're going to torture you because you didn't call. We're going to play the membership vault promo.
Yeah. So if you're a brand new searcher, what's the first thing you want to do is read the book. So we're going to read the book. And then we're going to also, at the same time, match it up to the poem. So what did this chapter say to you about what do you see in the poem? How do they fit together? So we're going to work the poem and the book together. Now you can join at any time. It's going to be an open door membership. In the bonus section on the Member Vault, we have added 2 videos that Toby produced.
Is he saying there is stuff in life that isn't worthy of spending time knowing, or that the real test of your intelligence is knowing the stuff that everybody else thinks is not worthy no.
You know, when he talks about no special knowledge is needed to find the treasure, but maybe you need to know those things not worthy of knowing in order to find the treasure.
So join us. We're having a good time in the member vault, and
Yeah.
apparently, since we're not getting any activity here in this
We
show, it
have
might be better.
you know, these awesome people in there who they just bring all this research in, and they have all this
Knowledge.
expert
Expertise and
level
knowledge,
knowledge, and they come to it with they're ready each week. They've watched the book club video, they've read the chapter, they've done the questions, they've done their homework, they're ready, and we talk for like 2 hours, usually 2 hours, sometimes more, on every chapter. And this month we're also going to be getting into the poem
Yeah.
and some of the and the nouns. We're going to talk about the nouns in the poem. That's something that's coming up. And Toby does extra videos for the membership that nobody else gets to see.
Yeah.
They're very special.
If you have to be a member of all.
Yeah.
All right, no calls. So let's. And
And what? Are we done?
we're not getting any calls.
Oh. Okay. I guess we're done then. Are we done?
And
Hey, thanks for being here. I'm Shelley Carney.
oh wait, what does that say right there?
Phone calls are going to your voicemail. I cannot get through.
What? Hold on. I'm sure I paid the bill. I got the confirmation that I got the bill paid. Hold on. All right, let me turn this off. Hold on. What the heck?
Do you not know how to work your phone anymore?
No, I know how to work my phone. I'm just worried that. So I just got the message that said Verizon says.
Brian says it's easy to host a call-in show when you turn off your phone.
Oh,
Phone isn't working, says
LR
3D
goes-
Bronze.
that's an easy way to get.
Get our attention.
What about now? Okay. Apparently, I forgot to turn off the do not disturb. So yeah, phone lines are open. 202-815-1171. Call in. And actually, what I should probably do is take a look at all the people that called. Hang on.
Did they leave
Recent-
voicemails?
Brad and Sarah called. Can't get through. Stop the ending.
Stop stopping.
Stop
Stop
the
the stopping.
ending. Brad and Sarah, Chicago. Christy called. So yeah, guys, sorry, my fault. Go ahead and call. Phone lines are open. 202-815-11.
Wait, do we have 200 people yet? 166.
176 it says. Well, 160.
That was peak. People left because you said you were done.
Oh, I see. Here we go. Chicago. Hey, Chicago, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what's your question?
Yeah, it's Tony from Chicago. I called on Wednesday.
Yeah, Tony, how are you doing? I thought you were kind of not, weren't you the one that was not quite interested in the search? You just like kind of watching the show? Is that Tony?
Just watching the show, but like everyone was saying that the phone wasn't working.
Oh.
So I called. I was calling to see if I can get through.
Oh.
Yeah, just to
You
prove
win.
that everything. Yeah, exactly. I win. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. So
All right.
the phone's working. So everyone call in, and I'll hang up, and I'll sit here and drink and watch you guys.
Okay. All right. Thanks for letting us know.
Okay, I'll see you.
Bye-bye. Hey, Casper, Wyoming, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Brian Post. I've been following your show for quite a while.
Well, thank you
and
for
I
that,
just
Brian.
I just want to give a couple insights on the interviews I've watched for Fenn over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He has said many times that the solve is very simple, and I think that a lot of people are overcomplicating the poem
Wait, just real quickly, I'm going to let you go on. But when you said, I think that people are overcomplicating the poem, is that your quote or are you quoting Fenn? Are you citing Fenn?
Yeah, that's Fenn's. That's
Okay.
words from Fenn.
All right.
He has said in multiple interviews that searchers are making the solve more complicated than it actually is.
Yeah.
So I just, as a tip to the community, I think it's a lot more simple than people are making it out to be. Like the warm waters halt, that's probably a very literal, specific place. And from there, that's the hardest solve to find. And from there, it gets more simple. And I'm not going to drag this on too long, but
no.
And
I don't mind you doing that, but I do have some questions. So, I want to make sure there is a difference between what your opinions are. So, when you say, I believe that the warm water salt is the most difficult of the clues, and they get simpler after that. Again, is that your opinion or something that you've heard from Fenn?
That's just what I've watched hundreds of hours of interviews of Forrest Fenn's interviews, and that's kind of something that has that's a reveal to me that he specifically says it's not something difficult. If you can find the first clue, you can find the rest of it very simply after that.
Yeah.
That's just what I've taken from that. And I think all the searchers, everybody, warm waters halt is the most difficult to find. And from there, it should be easy after that. That's what I've gotten from all his interviews.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, so I'm not going to drag this out too long, but I think that's something that I think people should think about, that it's the first clue is the hardest. And after that, but, I don't know.
All right. Well, let's do it. I understand what you're trying to say, and I agree with you. I think we do overcomplicate it, and I think some of the most recent things he said is an implication that we have when he says things like where warm water salt is the first clue. That when you have the treasure, and I say Terry Scant, I literally mean get out of there, et cetera, et cetera. So I agree with you. I think that we have overcomplicated it to some extent, and that makes it much more difficult for us. So I had one question for you. Do you mind? So how much time have you been searching for? How long have you been searching for the treasure?
I'm actually very new, but I've I got onto this because I was interested into deep sea treasure hunts and ancient archaeology and things of that nature, and that's kind of how I got onto this. So ancient Egypt and the Sumerians and things of that nature were I've been interested in things that have been hidden for thousands of years. And so this is kind of something that fell into my realm. And so, yeah, that's how I fell into this.
All right. So let me ask a couple of questions about that, because I have some theories about ancient treasures. So, as you're probably aware, some of the treasures that were the oldest were found accidentally. Fenn has on occasion said that he expects that there's a chance that this treasure hunt will last for hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years. How do you feel about it?
I think he's placed it in a. I think he's placed the treasure somewhere that is geologically secure. So it's not going to be subjected to erosion or the movements of rivers or maybe even earthquakes. If he feels that it's going to be secure, especially in the Rockies, which is a very geologically active region.
Yeah.
If he feels that it's going to be secure for 1,000 years, well, Yellowstone is really not.
Well, so let me stop you there just so we can follow up on that. So there's a big difference between being secure for 1,000 years versus not being found for 1,000 years.
Let me ponder that thought for a second.
Right. It's one thing to have a treasure in a secure location for 1,000 years. It's another thing for it not to be found for 1,000 years.
So someone like Forrest Fenn would not put a treasure like that in a location that would be subjective to geological anomalies.
Yeah. So
compared to someplace
right.
that was geologically secure.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask this in a different way. Let's say in my will that I were to pass away, and in my will, I would say that I hid a treasure worth $5 million in gold. And that's all it was. It was $5 million in gold bullion. And I leave a picture behind, and I leave a certificate of authenticity to go along with it. But I don't tell anybody where it is. Right? There's no clues, no nothing. There's simply, I left a treasure, here's a picture, go find it. And let's say I put it in some place that was geologically secure. How long would it take to find that treasure?
That would depend on what clues you would give on to that location.
None. I wouldn't give any. I would simply say
geologically secure is kind of a key. I mean, something that's going to last for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
As Forrest Fenn has said.
Yeah.
Where is going to Yellowstone is not
secure.
In my opinion. In my opinion.
Agreed.
That's not geologically secure for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
It's
so if Forrest Fenn, so I gave you that example. If I wanted my treasure, the treasure that had $5 million in gold bullion that I wanted to last for as long as it possibly could, I wouldn't give you any clues. Forrest Fenn went through the trouble of writing a book, and in that book writing a poem, and in that poem giving us 9 clues. Doesn't that in and of itself imply that he wants us to find this treasure?
No.
No? Why not?
No.
I mean, why did he give us clues?
Okay.
Why did he give us clues?
I'll give you my opinion on this.
That's all we have, sir. We all have our opinion. Go ahead.
If I was going to create a legacy, I would create a story that people are going to follow and buy books and follow a story that maybe you can never find.
So, all right. I understand that.
So people are going to buy the books.
Yeah.
They are going to hunt for this.
Mm-hmm.
For
how long?
100 years, 500 years.
Didn't you just tell me? Didn't you start this call? Did you not start this call by saying we're overcomplicating it? How's it going to last 100 years or 500 years if it's simple?
maybe the simple is that there is no solve.
Well, okay, I'm going to leave that one as your, at your opinion.
There's
Go ahead.
If nobody ever finds the treasure, who actually makes money off this search? I think that's a really good question that you need to think about.
Well, there's going to be people like me who are making money off of it simply because I've got a YouTube channel, but he's not making money on it because the profits of all the sales of the books go to various people other than himself. The only benefit he has is that he leverages his legacy.
Forrest has made more than enough money than he cares to have.
Agreed.
He's not worried about making any more money.
Agreed.
So, and in the downstream of things, he has created a community of people who are making money, maybe not millions of dollars, but through you, through other, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
Through other searchers who have YouTube channels that have made money. He has created a treasure.
Okay, so we're going over our 10-minute thing here, but I do have one last question.
Okay.
Did Forrest Fenn hide the treasure that he describes?
Did he hide it?
Did Forrest Fenn hide a treasure, the one that he describes?
I do believe he has.
Okay, all right. Well,
I think that in his poem that in looking through all the videos and all the interviews and all the different media perspective on this, that including yours, that the solve is very specific to his personality, and I don't think anybody's going to find it anytime soon.
Okay, so let's finish up with one last question. What do you believe is the probability that the treasure, Fenn's treasure, the one that he hid, will be found in your lifetime?
Probably not.
All right. Okay. Well, sir, thank you for calling in. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your opinions, and we're glad that you called tonight.
Thank you, guys. I love your channel. I've been watching all your videos, and love you. And until next time, love you guys.
Thanks,
love you. You
bye.
take care. Good evening. Ka-ching
Sassy
from
gave us $2 to hang up.
Sassy. Come on. We want everybody's opinion. Got a voicemail from Brad. Hey, there's Davio. Davio calling in. Ugh. I can't take his call.
Why?
It's not answering. What's going on?
You got to push the button.
Oh, okay. Davio 22, what are you up to, big man?
Well, I tell you what, it's really great to see you on my goofy little channel. That was really fun. Thank you. Thank you.
It was that, or I had to go out and mow the lawn, so I took watching your
In the winter?
in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, you should see mowing the lawn here. That's really
No, I'm just teasing. I was working at my computer, and because I'm subscribed to your channel, I got a notice that you had started the show, and I couldn't get to it right away, so I thought I'd come in and say hi.
Right on. Well, that's really great.
See all my friends.
Yeah. Well, all your friends. That's great. I love my catch and release, my controversial, all things go. You never know what's going to happen. Little show that I put out. It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's just. I have a couple of people that like to see me make pancakes, apparently. So that's like my little morning show, and I throw that one away. That's kind of funny. But you know what? I think I had an idea to call to say that what Princess Shelley is doing currently here with her show in supporting people around this time of Christmas. I think it's just absolutely brilliant, and I so appreciate that. And I just love supporting her and seeing more of that, because I think we got a funky little community, and I think it's good to kind of throw everything out there. So it's very sweet of her. I think it's wonderful. So thanks, Princess. Namaste.
Thank you.
It is that time of the year, isn't it?
Thank
That
you
time
for
of the
watching.
season. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with family for the first time, and I tell you what, I feel like a cat has just been thrown into a bathtub and then tossed into the snow. It's like whoa, okay, I'm going with it. I can dig it. We're doing that. Whatever you say, okay.
And it gets
Don't hand me
progressively
the-
more stressful the closer you get to the holidays. So.
And my birthday is 2 days after Christmas as well. So the whole thing, yeah. So normally what I do is all the rock climbers usually go to Las Vegas because the weather is really great and there's outstanding climbing in Red Rock.
Yeah.
So most of us rent a house and we all go hang out there and have cocktails and go climbing out there till it gets too cold. Then we go to sleep by sundown and then up at dawn. And that's usually my Christmas. So it's really a new thing to hang out with family. I think
by the time
really
I was living in Colorado, I was in my 40s. So I was past the rock climbing. I was mountain climbing. And I did a lot of the 14ers while I was there. But we used to go to Red Rock to camp, because it was such a beautiful camping area, very primitive and just a beautiful area to camp in. So I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to enjoy it. So so I do have a question for you based on our conversation last night, because I had to leave only after I had made a
bombshell.
No, it wasn't a bombshell. I was actually talking about the value, the integrity of one's theories. And you asked about it, and I responded with a comment that dealt with the basis. And I didn't. I stayed. I was only there long enough to listen to you read basis as bias, and the word bias changed my comment entirely. Right. So I kept trying to type. I kept trying to say it's basis, not bias. And because they do have different, and then I had to go. So I don't know how that finally ended up. Did you ever realize that what I was trying to compare was the basis for a theory has to be integral in order for the theory to be worth pursuing? That's the point that I was trying to make.
Right. So I was mispronouncing integral for integrity.
Yeah. Well, no. But when I first used the word, I did use integrity. But it got out of hand at bias versus basis, because it literally changes the meaning.
I know, but Toby, you got to look at this from everybody else's point of view, looking at the dyslexic guy talking to the CIA guy. This is hilarious. Seinfeld could have wrote a show around this. It was hilarious, personally. But yes, I didn't realize you
were dyslexic.
Oh my God, am I ever? Geez, you should see when I handwrite stuff. Oh my God, it's backwards, it's missing words. Me and Susie, that's why I decided to go on air, is because I saw Susie go on air, and I said, well, if she can do it, I'll be brave. I'll go on air and be an idiot and say things wrong. So you see me squinting at the screen and reading things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on the chat just so I get it right. My first time out is always wrong. So, it's totally. I
didn't realize that. I will take that. I will take that
Totally
into
fine.
account in the future. The second thing is, I was not CIA. I was NSA, although I did work as a contractor for the CIA. So.
That's exactly what the CIA would say.
Yeah. No.
You got to have fun with that, Toby. I think it's great to say, well, yes, I worked with the NSA and I worked in analysis, and you just got to promote that. I think it's fun. I think it's it adds to the game that the chase is, right?
But the simple fact of the matter is, it's the truth. I mean, I really did work for them.
Exactly.
So.
That's what makes it better, Toby.
Yeah.
I mean, you got. Oh, wait a second! I just realized you guys are Boris and Natasha.
Rocky and Bullwinkles and Boris. Boris and Natasha.
Boris and Natasha. That's right.
Did you tell him we were Russian?
Did you tell him we were Russian? You have told him that we are Russian?
That's
yeah,
right.
this is actually.
So, let me ask you, Toby. Do you think there is a keyword? Since that's the fun random thing that they're out there. Do you think there is a keyword in there? And if I showed you how to find it, would that kind of lean you to the possibility that it does exist?
So that's like three different questions. Yes, I do believe there is a keyword in the poem.
Outstanding. Next, if I showed you in a video that's only private to me and you and Shelley and your kids, would you, if I showed you where it was within a video and all that sort of thing, I'd be interested to see your opinion to see if we agree upon said what word was.
Okay. So that's the problem. Now, as I said, I do believe there is a keyword in the poem.
Right.
Right. That doesn't mean that I know what the keyword is or isn't. So the only thing I could validate for you, let's say you were to send me your opinion on the keyword, on what you believe the keyword to be. The only thing I could express is whether or not I agreed with you. So if you happen to say, let's say, for example, that I believed that treasures was the key word. And let's say that you wrote me and you said you believe, what's your keyword?
Halt.
Halt.
Mom.
So Shelley believes it's halt. But let's say you wrote me and you said, I believe halt is the key word. And the only thing I could say is, I don't agree with you. Or if you said I believe treasures was the key word, the only thing I could say to you is that we agree.
Totally fine. So my point is in the integrity of said information that I give you would then lean you one way or the other. So it would have to be a good little presentation, right, that shows you where the keyword is and how I used it to get to said information that I'll show you in a video. I was going to share this with Huli and K-Pro as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm dying with, but not the world.
Yeah.
See, and then you can voice your opinion on air. And I think that would be fun, you know? You could say, oh, my God, I just don't think that's even close. Or you could say, oh, my God, I think he's on to something. It'd be fascinating to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. It'd be exciting and fun.
All right. So I agree. And I understand what your point is and what you're trying to accomplish. But I have a very specific, based on my background, I have a very specific definition of a keyword. A keyword has to unlock the padlock of breaking it down,
Denise
right?
Bagley said
it would be the rope on page 111 on Natures with Ropes.
Okay,
it pulls you through the poem
right.
and information. Fully agree, Toby. Fully agree. Same page.
But where in the poem is the word rope?
The word R-O-P-E, is that what you said, rope?
Yeah, rope. Where in the poem is the word rope? Because
I didn't say that's the key word. I was using that as an analogy that rope, string, knows we keep repeating, or I'm using that as an analogy of pulling you through a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like a leash.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. So the video I will get you will be extremely clear on what I think the poem, what the key word is and where I find it, and you know, the 5 or 6 ways that I have found it. Blah, blah.
Here's what I can comment on if you decide to do this. If you send me what you believe to be the key word, the one word or more in the 166 that is key, and you tell me how you use that key word to unlock the clues in the poem, then I can give you an opinion on that.
That's exactly right, and that's what I was after. How fun is that?
All right. Now, can I share that with with our viewing audience?
No, because that would be giving away too much. But it would be interesting to have your opinion on what you found from Davio.
So why doesn't that put me at risk of finding the treasure one day and then you claiming that you made it easy for me to find the treasure because you gave me the keyword?
Because I know I'm not going to give you enough information. I'm not going to give you where warm water's halt.
Okay.
I'm only going to give you the last 3 clues.
So all right, you don't even have to do that. You only have to give me 2 things, right, from your perspective,
right?
And I'll give you mine, right? In return, you have to tell me which word in the poem is key and how that key unlocks the clues in the poem.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, doesn't this sound fun? I think this is a great. I think
I
this
agree
is
with you.
fun.
I agree with you.
There's so much snow on the ground. Good Lord, we have to do something. So,
All right, well, do it, and then send it to me,
This
and
would be fun.
When are you going to do this?
Yeah. Well, I've got a few things to do. What is today? Friday? I could probably have it done by Tuesday-ish. How's that?
All right.
Ready for Wednesday show. I'll tell you what. I'll try to get it done by Monday, and so you can think about it. You can call me after you see it and talk about it because I'm trying to make it compelling enough that you're going to want to communicate with me. Shelley as well.
I agree, and it could be. I will advise you in advance that it could be a very short
Yes.
call, but I'm willing to do that
course.
if you can do the two things that I ask.
Absolutely, Toby.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's
Yes,
do
indeed.
that.
Yes, indeed.
Let's move forward with that then.
Yeah, right on.
All right.
Hey, you know what? You guys are great. Thank you very much. Miss Shelley, I can't wait for you to see this video because it'll be made with much love, and I am hoping that I get to hear your opinion as well.
Okay.
So, much fun.
Okay.
Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a good evening.
Right on, yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I got $10 from Laddie Addy.
Oh.
$9.99.
Laddie Addy.
Laddie Addy.
Let's see. We've got some
I think
voicemails that we have to
K-Pro
take care
wanted to
of.
call in.
Take care of. Let's
Hey,
see.
you two beautiful people. This is Sarah calling from Colorado, and I tried twice. Believe your voicemail is, hindered.
There's a call. Seattle.
Okay. All right, Sarah. I'll come back to your voicemail, but you were.
I think she was just letting you know your phone was
that was
off.
fixed. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley at a Gypsy's Kiss. What's your first name and what's your question or comment?
Hey, Toby and Shelley.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question about the fishing regulations of New Mexico.
Okay, go ahead.
It was in the 2009 edition of those regulations that the warm waters was used.
Yeah, 2009,
Is that correct?
2010. Because the fishing season starts in April of each year, so it runs from April to April. So the 2009, if it's published in 2009, it goes through April of 2010. If it's published in 2010, it goes to April of 2011. So the one I used in my theory is the 2009, 2010.
And did that phrase warm waters get used in any previous year publications of that? Did you ever check that?
Yeah, for the most part, as far as I can tell, I could only get back as far as 1992. And for the most part, it went back, the phrase warm waters. And the reason is there was a great debate going on in the community of biologists that studied fish species about how to divide them, warm water species versus non-warm water, because they're not cold water species, right? So the furthest back I could find them would have been was 1992, I believe, and then they continued on through 2010 all the way up until recently, where they started using phrases. The warm water still is there, but they're identifying the waters rather than trout waters. They're identifying them by green chili and red chili. So it's a little play on our state
Funny,
vegetable. Yeah. So yeah, the one that you want to, if you were doing this search 100 years from now, and somebody said go back and look for warm waters, you would use the 2009, 2010 fishing regulations.
Or any version between 1992 and
You know,
2010?
I guess that's possible. The problem is what you'd want to do. You know, the theory of treasure hunting is you want to do your research in the period as close to the time that the treasure was lost or hidden as possible. So yeah, you could go back there, but if somebody told me that Forrest Fenn hid a treasure in 2010, and he's always said 2009, 2010, that's the one that I would focus on. I wouldn't necessarily, I'd assume that he used that particular edition.
But consider that he says he spent 15 years crafting the message that includes the phrase warm waters, and you're basically saying you think he must have crafted that particular sentence in 2009, and that's why the 2009 edition is relevant.
No, well, okay, so no, I'm not quite saying that because I agree with you.
Okay, it
Right.
sounds like it.
So here's the thing. He said at Moby Dickens, he said it took him 15 years to write the poem from 1998 to 15 years, and he repeats it. The assumption is 2003. That's why I went back and looked at the earlier editions of the New Mexico fishing regulations. But let's assume it's 100 years from now. There is no Moby Dickens. There is no sense of what Fenn has said. There is only the book and the poem, and you open up the book and you look for warm waters, and what pops up in Google is warm waters and the New Mexico fishing regulations. So he has to assume at some point, regardless of when he did the research, what he had to believe is that since he's more often than not said he hid the treasure in 2009, 2010, that would be the basis for the research conducted by people searching for the treasure after that. He would have to further assume that they wouldn't go back to that period between 1988 and 2003. Right. And that's just kind of treasure hiding theory.
So, assuming that it was anticipated that the book would be an artifact that would exist for 100 years, and that the 15-year to construct the poem comment does not actually exist in the book, and so if it is just the book that is the canonical source of research for solving
for a searcher 100 years from now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Thanks. I appreciate
and I've always taken I make that assumption with anything else. So, for example, if he wrote a story about Bozeman, Montana in 1988, I may or may not, in 100 years from now, I may or may not know that. I only know the canon that exists in The Thrill of the Chase.
Got it. You guys are great. Thanks for answering, and thanks for taking the call.
My pleasure. You have a good evening.
You too.
Bye-bye. Oh, I still got. So what? Let me play Sarah's.
Great.
Okay, hang on.
Hey, you two beautiful people. This is Sarah calling from Colorado, and I tried twice. Believe your voicemail is, I don't know, hindered and straight to, your phone number, not your voicemail, straight to voicemail. So, just a heads up. Okay? Love you.
So thank you, Sarah. That was my fault. That was definitely my fault. I forgot to take it off.
Michigan.
Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley at AGK. What's your name and
what's up?
What's your question? Oh, I just called it right back.
That's weird.
Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley at AGK. What's your name and what are you calling about?
Hi there, this is Josh, and I had a quick thought process.
Okay.
I had a quick thought process there.
And I'll take it, but do me a favor and turn the audio on your computer back off so that we don't get that feedback.
Yep, can you, is it better now?
Yeah, much better. Go ahead.
Okay, so I had a little bit of an idea. Try to follow me a little bit.
All right, I will try.
So I think most people think of Forrest Fenn's special place in which the treasure is hidden to be wherever the blaze is, right? As in, the blaze marks his special place.
There is we believe there's a connection between the blaze and the place where he hid the treasure. I'm not sure I agree with you that the blaze is representative of his special place. But go ahead.
Okay, so
let's go ahead.
So we might be on the same page then.
Okay, all right.
So that the gentleman that called before Davio, that said. He said he hit it, but he's not sure if it's solvable, this and that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
He was talking about how WWH is the hardest clue, which most of us believe to be true. So what I've recently been contemplating is like the actual size of his special place. So I have been leading towards WWH actually being his special place in the big picture of things, as in WWH in size comparison makes up the majority of his special place. And the other clues are just small in comparison, which is why Warm Waters Halt is the hardest clue, because it's the most important part of a special place, and the rest are just trivial comparative. So, for instance, some people would say like the special spot is somewhere, let's say, along the Madison. What I'm saying is maybe his special spot is actually the Madison, and everything else is much, much more trivial. So maybe we need to focus a little bit harder on that first clue, obviously.
So, can I tell you what I think about that?
Yeah.
So, I would say that you and I overlap about 50%.
Okay.
And here's why. I think that when he refers to a special place, that there is a sense of environmental completeness, right? It may not necessarily be. The part that I don't agree with you on is that it's warm water. We're warm water salt. Okay. I think there's a point within eye shot, for example, of the blaze, that you look around. If you were Forrest Fenn, and you say, "This is my special place," and then within that location, you look for a place to hide the treasure. So I don't think the special place is as you suggest. So that's what I was saying. The difference between the two of us is that is that you think it's at the beginning, the special place. I agree with you in that it's environmentally larger than just the place or where warm waters halt. But it sounds to me like what you're saying when he's standing at where
I'm actually thinking that. I'm sorry.
When he's standing, what you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is when he's standing at where warm waters halt, he's at the center of his special place. What I'm saying is when he's standing at the blaze, whether or not it actually you can look down and see the treasure, he's at the center of his special place. Or,
kind of. So I guess what I'm saying is where warm waters halt is his special place, and all those other clues are within his special place. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So maybe the location of where warm waters halt is big in size comparison, and everything else is within that location.
All right. So maybe we're not. Maybe we're just disagreeing about. Give me a sense. So I believe that the distance between the first clue and the last clue is less than a kilometer.
Yeah, so I mean, we're talking about the whole 500-foot, 200-foot thing. I would say that the between the first clue and the last clue it could be within 500 feet, even I almost believe.
Yeah.
But 500 foot, I mean, it is a great distance, but not if you're talking about a distance from above to below. So if you're looking down, you know what I mean? Then you're not talking that it's in length.
And as a matter of fact, if you're familiar with our Rio de los Pinos solve theory, you would know that the people that have been within 500 feet, because he's never said searchers have been within 500 feet. He said searchers have been within 200 feet, and people have been within 500 feet. Our 500-foot people are the people riding the train above us on the canyon.
Yes, which I actually like. I like that idea.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
that's it. And I think, so one of the things that you have to conclude is that when he was talking about the people that were within 500 feet, that, he said lots of people have been within 500 feet. So I have to assume that distance represents the distance between where he parked his car, right, and where he put the treasure, and some thoroughfare where the average Joe Schmo is driving along unaware that they are within 500 feet of a treasure.
I gotcha. Yeah, because I also believe that, which kind of goes along with what you're saying, is that the too far to walk, not far but too far to walk. I'm kind of a firm believer that that's not you have to drive or you have to ride a bike or you have to do anything like that. It's more of that it's you can't reach it by walking straight to it. You have to take another path.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not even convinced necessarily that there's a quote path unquote, that it's simply a trail that he blazed himself, if you will, to get to the point where he wanted to put the treasure. Because again, I don't believe he knew precisely within that special place where he was going to put the treasure until he created the clues that went along with it, and then put it there without having to be on a man-made trail.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that something that I've been doing recently is I've been actually not even, which I think is what a lot of people do, is I've been just looking at as if he told us that the way to his treasure is where warm waters halt.
Yeah.
And then refer to the man himself.
Yeah.
And learn about him, and that's it. So no blaze, no canyon down, none of that other stuff. Just where do warm waters halt? You know, and because I think that's obviously the most important clue. But what I'm saying is that if it's much bigger than most of us think it is, then that might actually be the the thing to look for,
right?
Rather than worrying about what the blaze is and the canyon and all these other things.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have some areas of overlap, but it sounds like there's a couple of areas that we have a common sense of, and it certainly makes it easier to work on the theory when you've gotten to that point. So congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. I'm glad that you called. You have a good evening.
Yep, you as well.
Bye-bye.
All right, we forgot to do this.
Who is that for?
That's for Minotaur.
What did Minotaur have to say?
Said, as is the key word, in my opinion. Runway numbers also, in my opinion.
So
I like that he's not like all, I know everything and you don't know anything. He's like, in my opinion.
Yeah, good.
I wish everybody did
everybody
that.
was like that. Hi, Christy.
Hello there, Toby. How are you?
Very good, thank you. And you?
I am great.
So we got somebody calling from Bell Center, Ohio. So,
sup?
But this is your phone call. You take it over.
Well, I thought I would ask. I'm going to put on my Joel Wiki hat.
Okay.
And so I thought I would ask you a couple of just poignant questions. I won't take too long.
Okay.
And then you decide, because goodness knows I know about lawyers, but I don't play one on TV.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, and then we will move on to the other callers.
Okay.
So one, do you believe there is a keyword?
I need some context. Do I believe that?
Do you believe that there is a keyword that Forrest has said that we need to focus on?
Yes.
Do you believe that keyword is in the poem?
Yes.
Do you believe Forrest has said that in some way directly?
Do I believe that Forrest has said that in some way? Yes, I do believe that.
And where do you believe such information should be found? Oh, no, wait. I'm going to retract that.
Thank you.
Do you believe it is important to hear Forrest's words directly on this topic?
I believe that it is so important, this particular element of the search for Fenn's treasure is so important that I would not rely on anything else, right? The intelligence guy in me says that this is so important that I want 100% confidence that it was Forrest Fenn that said that.
And how do you believe you would get 100% confidence that Forrest Fenn would say such a thing to feel 100% confident in what your assumptions are?
There are only two ways that I would consider that as one that would give me 100% confidence. Number one, he looked across the table at me and spoke it directly to me. Or number two, I have a recording of him being asked that question and answering it. I wouldn't accept, and I'm talking about a video recording, not an audio recording, because I can fake you an audio recording.
Do you believe either of those exist or have happened?
do I believe they exist?
Either of the two ways that you have said you would believe it, do you believe either of those have happened or exist?
So it's funny that because that's a funny way to ask that question, and I would have to believe that one of the other see, because one has to have happened. In one case, he's looking across me at the table, so I would believe I have 100% confidence that one or the other of those two happened.
Okay. Yes, I have been trained by a person that I sat for several hours on how to ask questions. I do not have many years, so I'm trying to get good with my questions.
You're doing very good. You're doing very well.
And for those that are in the room, the person that is trying to train me is Toby, who has said this, and Shelley, and others that. So I'm getting better at my questions.
No, your questions are great.
Okay, and then the last question. If you were to say where this information could be helpful to other searchers that have the same assumption, either have them say it directly or see a video, do you have information of where that information will be available?
So I've got to know, I've got to believe that you're asking that question knowing what you know and what I know. So I'm going to say, could you repeat the question?
It's a leading question.
Yeah.
It is definitely a leading question.
So I want to make sure that that is your intent.
That is my intent. You would not betray a confidence in saying what we have tried to. We're trying to put this out in a very respectful way. I am playing a little in the fun of the night, and I know some people have taken it very seriously, and I know why.
Yeah.
But I am trying to act like counsel, even though we know this is not a hardcore lawyer conference room.
So here's what I'm going to say on to the room. Number one, I believe that this concept, the concept that there is a word in the poem that is key, is as important as anything else we know about the poem that Forrest Fenn constructed. I also believe there is evidence that Forrest has said that those exact words. And I further believe that if you would like to see him say those exact words, you should probably tune into Christy and Mike's show on Monday.
That is all the questions. I rest my side of the case.
Thank you.
I don't know what the technical words are.
Yeah, no, thank you for putting me through that. I haven't had that experience in a while. That was really good.
Better.
No, that was
better.
I got to admit, that was damn good. That was damned good.
Oh my goodness, I've gotten 10 texts and messages in the last 60 seconds. So
well, I'm sure it'd be interesting to hear all of the questions that you're getting to ask, All right.
Let's have fun in the off season, and this is one of them. So yes, we'll see you on Monday if you happen to want to come by, and then it'll also be on replay.
Yeah, we will be there.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So, I'm going to say this one last time tonight, and I won't add another word to it because I think this conversation should take place again next week. But I firmly believe that there are things that the community should be made aware of that are not going to get you closer to the treasure necessarily, but that are going to help you invest your time more wisely. And I think the fact that there is a key word in the poem and that Fenn has so much as said so is an important element of that. And I think that's why you should watch their show on Monday. Hey, you reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what are you calling about?
This is Michael Wimmer. Hello.
Hey, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm good. Great show tonight. I'll try to be brief too. I've been looking for just warm water salt as well and kind of starting over.
Yeah.
Do you think the water is related to that picture in the book where he's by a thing called Water Hole?
It's that
Forrest as a little boy.
Yeah. It's in the middle section where all the fishing pictures are.
Oh, okay, that's near the
Hang on just a second.
nearer to the end.
Nearer to the. There it is. So the water hole. So that series of photographs are all taken up in and around Yellowstone, and the water hole was called just that. It was called the water hole. You can actually see the sign.
Of course, that's on the front of the book too.
Behind him. Oh yeah, that's the one on the front of the book.
Yep.
But there was no indication that at any time and on it or any map that hole was referred to, or that area was referred to in the plural, right? And I think the fact that waters are made to be plural is very important. Now, you can take any one of those pictures in that particular, especially in that particular section of the book. He's talking about that page right there. And you can say to yourself, it's obvious that this area was tremendously important to this family. Whether or not he was able to recalculate that into one of the clues in the poem, I couldn't tell you. You'd have to work. That's kind of where it comes into your beliefs, your opinions, and your theories. Because you know by now we're not looking in that area, so none of these pictures help us, right, in terms of our theory.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean they couldn't help someone else.
Well, I was thinking where Warm Waters Halt is a river, and then you move down, progressing to the clues, looking for that secret, personal, special place. And there's another picture in the book of his secret fishing hole, with a ton of fish in it. I haven't heard a lot of talk about that, but I've only been involved 8 or 9 months now.
So I think part of the reason that you haven't heard talk about that is that I think. So we had a conversation. I guess I can say this. We had a conversation about this in our member vault last night, and I think one of the conclusions that most people have come to, most people have who have done this for a long time, or any length of time for that matter, have come to is that there is nothing in it is an opinion, but I think it's held by a majority of people. Let me put it that way, that he wouldn't point you directly to where he hid the treasure. Meaning, when he shows you a picture of water hole with him holding fish, that the likelihood of the treasure being that area is very small. I think generally speaking, that's the opinion. That he tells you the clues are in the poem, goes through all the trouble of spending 15 years of writing the poem, and then he gives you that picture, right? So I think most people believe that he would not be that obvious. It's like when he said, he tells journalists, have you seen the video or the imagery from the webcam over Old Faithful? Or where he recently, I had this last summer, I had developed a theory that was north and west of West Yellowstone on the Madison. And then I read an article in which he sent a journalist to exactly that location. And he told him, if you want to see a beautiful location, et cetera, go here. And he told him where. Well, it was pretty much exactly where I was looking. And this occurred before. He wasn't trolling me or anything, because the conversation with the journalist occurred long before I announced my intentions. But to me, when he tells a journalist the equivalent of, and I'm paraphrasing here, go look where Toby Younis is looking, that's not where the treasure is. And that was enough.
Okay.
That was enough for me to say, oh, okay, well, I'm not wasting my time there then.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, and I heard you about most people aren't thinking Yellowstone, but I was thinking the Firehole River.
Yeah.
Not the Madison.
So I would say we have statistics. We do a study, a research, a survey every year, and we have statistics that say the numbers in each of those locations. New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, but not Yellowstone, and Montana, but not Yellowstone. The numbers aren't that greatly divided. There are a majority looking in New Mexico, and there are fewer looking in Colorado than either in Wyoming or Montana. But there is no number that's so out of the ordinary, that you would say, well, it can't possibly be in Montana. There are simply people that, don't believe it's in Montana or don't believe it's in Yellowstone. So we don't tell anybody they're wrong. We can't. We don't have the treasure, right? So we don't tell anybody they're wrong.
Just so next time we talk, I'm thinking Firehole and home, Warm Waters halting somewhere on the Firehole.
Yeah.
And Home of Brown going back to brown trout where either the Loch Levin or the other brown fish were first put in.
Right.
And I saw a couple of strange videos, nobody that we know, but it didn't seem like they were following the clues. So it piqued my interest that they could have, found the first two, whoever made those videos.
Right.
But they didn't seem to be very skilled after that.
Well,
so I've just been drilling down on the map, looking for something that would lead me to his private, personal, special place. But starting with that beginning, and that's as far as I've gotten.
Yeah.
In assault.
It is.
I've done it 100 other places, but
if you believe some of the things that Forrest has said, one of the things that he said early on is that searchers have been within 200 feet of the treasure, and searchers have solved the first two clues and then went right past the treasure. So there must be something enough about these searchers who knew enough about Fenn and how he wrote the poem to indicate to them that they knew where the first two clues were. Well, it strikes me that if you've, because I haven't, right? It strikes me that if you've figured out the first two clues, he once said, if you've gotten to where warm waters halt, you're 50% of the way towards finding the treasure, metaphorically speaking. And so when he says that, what I believe is that if you get to where warm waters halt, and in the case of these other searchers who also figured out Canyon Down, for whatever reason, they didn't leverage that, right? They lost their way somehow. And I would love to have the conversation. Not that any of us will ever meet those searchers, but I'd love to have a conversation with them, saying, you were within the first two clues. You found the first two clues. What happened?
Yeah.
What?
Why weren't you camping out there a couple days?
Exactly. If you had figured out, you were convinced you had figured out those first two clues. Why weren't you there for 3 months or until you recovered that treasure, whichever came first?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they must not have been certain.
Well,
and they must not have.
You get a sense when you hear the story that there was a certain amount of certainty to it. You couldn't have gotten that close. And the other implication being, if some people have figured this out, because the sense we have right now is that nobody's figuring out anything. It's pretty amazing that within a very short period after he released the poem, people were getting close enough to the treasure to say they walked right past it. Geez, how'd you like to be those people?
Yeah. So, yeah, when you were talking about the 500 feet, I realized that's less than a football field, right?
Yeah. Well, no. 100. It's because a football field is 100 yards, 300 feet. Yeah. So it's a football field and 2/3. But still, if you look at it, the treasure is within 500 feet of a major thoroughfare, because lots of people have been within 500 feet.
Yeah. Well, fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep
Keeps
on
us
it,
awake.
and it's really cold in Ohio, so don't come here.
Well, it's not too cold in New Mexico. I mean, we haven't had any bad weather yet. We had one snow that melted, and that was it. It was Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
We had one little
Day
tiny
before
snow.
Thanksgiving.
By the time these guys showed up for dinner,
the sun had melted.
The sun had melted, and Kevin walked in, and he said, Shelley's husband walked in, he says, I shoveled your driveway for you, and I was very grateful. And then Shelley said, he's shoveled all the other driveways too. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it was the sun.
And the street and everything. Yeah, it's all gone.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for calling in. Oh, go ahead.
All right, we will talk. I was going to say just one more quick thing.
Yeah.
When he said he was going to leave his car at the museum, the Denver Museum of Art and Science, I was wondering if there's stuff in the museum, not out in the parking lot. There's some hints in the museum that would make you say, oh, okay, he's talking about the Rio de
Rio de los Pinos. Oh, you did it.
Oh,
I
Rio
did
de los
it.
Pinos.
So you have to drink.
alrighty.
All right.
I do.
Just about out of water.
I was one of the helpful idea makers behind that drinking thing.
Well, thank you for that. It was a lot
from Hi Bob from the Bob Newhart show. It was a drinking game in college.
All right.
Every time they said Hi Bob on the show,
yeah.
But I think Sassy was in on that. But I was there that night. It was pretty funny.
Honestly, it was a lot more fun when we weren't dieting and we were drinking. So.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
After January 15th,
we're good with water.
Yeah,
water's good too.
But let's talk about that sometime, about the museum itself.
All right. Well, we were there.
Grounds,
we visited.
We
were there. We visited, and we can talk about that. We can tell you our experience.
Beautiful.
All right.
All right. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks for everything.
My pleasure. You have a good evening. Okay. Woo.
Oof.
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 All right. I am going to turn the phone lines off because we're close to the end of the night. So, and I've got some voicemails that we want to play before we get out of here. So, phone lines are off. And let's see. Got some voicemails here. So, voicemail from Albuquerque.
Hey, Toby, Shelley, Joe Treasure Hunter. Feel free to give me a call back anytime.
Did you say Joe Treasure Hunter?
I don't know. It sounded like, I thought he said Joe Krager.
I think he said Joe Treasure Hunter.
Let's see.
Toby, Shelley, Joe Treasure Hunter.
Oh, you're right.
Give me a call back anytime.
Because New Mexico, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call him back next week when we get back to Will's. Here's Will's call.
Hi, como está, señorita, mija, señor. My mother says my English is broken. Why don't you let the world know about a specialty that you both acknowledge? Not secured, not hid, not found, not buried. You know the deal. It's real.
It's real.
North, to the south, to the east, to the west. And people run amok when they are greedy. You know the deal. Run amok. Como está, señorita X? Adios. Mija. Señor.
Y señor. Mija y señor. ¿Cómo estamos? Thank you, Will. Always enjoy your calls. And I think we had a couple of text messages. Let's make sure we cleared those out of the way. Hey, Shelley and Toby. My name is Robert Chavez. I'm a solar energy consultant here in New Mexico.
Uh-huh.
If you can help me find anyone to switch over to solar power for their house or business, I'll donate $500 to your channel for anyone you refer to me. Wow. Okay.
Well, we get a little,
so if anybody's
affiliate
interested,
going on
a little
there.
affiliate thing going on. If anybody is interested in the New Mexico area, is interested in having themselves converted from fossil fuel energy sources to solar energy sources, let us know, and we will give you Robert's contact information. So, Toby, what was your warm waters halt when you went to Lander? Sinks, the sinks, right? The sinks in Sinks Canyon.
Yep. Plus the whole inland sea.
Yeah.
Western inland sea.
So, no name. It says, curious if y'all were still of the opinion that the scrapbooks were entertainment only and not helpful to individuals. If you notice on Dale's site, there is actually a disclaimer stating that some of the scrapbooks will undoubtedly help you. Wondering what you think of that. Mark, also known as not important. Our opinion is that you should read the scrapbooks for entertainment, that any insight it would provide you is not necessarily related to the solving of the clues or the recognition of hints, but it will give you insight into the man. Every time he writes something, he's telling you more about himself. The more you know about Forrest Fenn, the better your chances of finding that treasure. So while we think they're for entertainment purposes only, we read them, right? But we read them in the context of what more can I find out about this person? So in some ways you can say, yeah, they're helpful because you can interpret them in order to find out more about the psychology of Forrest Fenn.
And we're going to say that until Forrest says otherwise, which he might, because if we provoke him enough, sometimes he says
Maybe
things.
he'll pop out one day and he'll say that, there are clues, and Forrest might
Did you turn the phones off yet?
Clues. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Play the goodbye phone lines, or if we're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, we got to 192. We were close. 8 away.
And
thanks for being here tonight, for all your great questions and comments and chitter chat in the chat room and all your super chat. We appreciate you, and we will see you again on Wednesday for the, what's this show? A Gypsy's Kiss. It's the third one today.
All right, okay.
A Gypsy's Kiss. I'm Shelley Carney.
Hey, 3D Bronze, we did not see any rattlesnakes in Sinks Canyon. We did see some non-poisonous snakes. Just
Brown trout.
Yeah, because there's several what do they call them? Environmental zones.
Yeah.
In it, and as you hike around there, you can't help but travel through 3 or 4 different riparian. All right, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. We look forward again to seeing you next week. Don't forget, 3 o'clock on Wednesday, the World Sand Project. 4 o'clock, the Softer Side, and 7 o'clock, A Gypsy's Kiss. Send us some emails so we have something to read. But, of course, we'll always take your voicemails, your texts, and I apologize for my mistake for not opening the phones tonight. I wasn't trying to tease you. So we love taking your calls, as you can tell.